How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. Host of things to talk about. I've been away for a couple of days. I've been here. I've just been busy. Haven't had time to post YouTube content. So I have a couple of things to talk about here. Hopefully I don't get sidetracked and kind of lose my train of thought. Sometimes that happens here. It's all ad lib. You know how it is. It's not scripted on this channel. I've got my LED bulb on kind of like the bluish color today to see if it changes the lighting settings. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We've got kind of an SCTV vibe going on here. You know how it is. So a couple of things to talk about. Yeah, so first things first, it's getting colder in Canada here. Getting ready for the winter. I've got the next 2 days off. I think some people have the day off today, depending on where you work. So I don't know what's open today. I'm not quite sure. Maybe tomorrow I'll go out and get a new winter shovel. I have one, but we got so much snow last year that I shoveled so much that the end of the shovel, the plastic piece, the scoop, it's all worn out. So I need a new shovel. So that being said, I guess the first thing we'll talk about here. Last night I fired up the old Mega Drive, the old Genesis, and I put on Zany Golf, which I recently picked up. Now, this is actually really cool. I don't think this came out on the Super NES. I think this was exclusive to the Sega Genesis. I'm not even quite sure if it came out on the Amiga. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but it's actually really, really cool. I think I can possibly speed run this game, and it may actually count as an NDR, a no death run. Because what happens is you get, it's mini putt golf, right? There's 9 holes, and there's all kinds of crazy obstacles. Wow, optical. There's a pinball machine-esque hole. Can't even talk today. There's one with a windmill, obviously, and I've only gotten to about hole 4. And the reason why that is because on each hole you get so many strokes to get the ball in the hole, and if you don't get it in within the amount of strokes that you get, it's game over. So this game is not like actual golf where you get like a birdie, a par 3. I don't think they would look at it like that. What it is you just got to get it in the hole, and you got to get through all 9 holes to beat the game. If you run out of strokes, then it's game over. That's what happened to me yesterday. So that's something that's on my bucket list here. Over the next couple of days, I'm going to see if I can beat Zany Golf. There's a lot of strategy behind it because, like, let's say, you know how mini putt works, right? Let's say the hole is kind of like an upside down L, like this, and the hole is over here, and there's obstacles and different sort of walls. You got to aim the ball a certain way to get the ball as closest to the hole as possible so you can get it in the hole without running out of strokes. So there's a lot of strategy involved. It's a one-button affair. But yeah, it's pretty cool, to be honest with you. It's pretty cool. So I'm interested in sort of playing around with it, the different sort of angles, what works, what doesn't, to be able to navigate my way through the game. So that's one of the things that's happening here. And I was playing this on my new JVC 27-inch CRT TV that I picked up recently, and it looked really good. It was awesome. It was really good. The next thing I want to talk about are good old buddy, Smash JT. Now, this is a guy that Master System Marceau worships. He kisses this guy's ass like crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Him and PK, they worship this guy. So it was brought to my attention. I wasn't going to talk about it, but like 20 or 30 people reached out to me and asked me to talk about it. But yeah, Smash JT is talking about Mike Mullis again. So clearly Smash JT, okay, he's sexually attracted to Mike Mullis because he cannot stop talking about the guy. Like, oh my god. That's the only way Smash JT can get views. He barely gets as many views as me, and I only have like 3,500 subscribers. So yeah, here's Smash JT talking about Mike Mullis and his kid, bringing up his kid for no reason. And he's going on like 20 or 30 people reached out to him asking him to talk about Mike Mullis. Bullshit. Nobody reached out to you. Okay? This is why nobody likes you, Jeff, because this is what you do. You put out cheap clickbait content for views. You cannot stop talking about another man and his child. Okay, you're sexually attracted to Mike Mullis. Get over the guy. He left YouTube to get away from you, I presume, and he's over on Rumble. Isn't that enough for you? The guy has left YouTube. Leave the guy the fuck alone and get on with your life, okay? Stop obsessing over him and the Amico. Get on with your life, Jeff. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's probably got fucking posters up on his ceiling in his bedroom of Mike Mullis. He stares at it at night before he goes to bed. Heaven forbid anybody would turn the black light on in Smash JT's bedroom. Oh my god. So, the other thing I want to talk about, I am most likely going to take a trip over to Quebec tomorrow because I've got a $100 gift card to use at a specific shopping center. So I'm probably going to go over there tomorrow and pick up RoboCop Rogue City for the Xbox Series X. Now, the thing I want to talk about here, there was a really sweet Steelbook and a limited edition that came out for this game, but it appears to be only available in Europe for whatever reason. I guess it's because Teon is based out of Sweden, I think. Maybe I got that wrong. So, yeah, we've nixed that idea. We're not getting the Steelbook for that game, or so I thought. I kind of rubbed two pennies together. I don't know if that's the right phrase. Maybe two brain cells together. And I quickly came to the realization that there's some pretty badass Steelbooks available for RoboCop the movie. So obviously, what I'm going to do, because I don't have the movie, I don't have it on DVD and I don't have it on Blu-ray, I'm going to purchase RoboCop, yes, that's right, 1987's Paul Verhoeven's masterpiece, can't even speak. I'm going to pick up a sweet Blu-ray copy of that, or maybe I'll get the DVD. And then I'm going to take Rogue City and I'm going to put it into the Steelbook. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll have the movie and I'll have Rogue City and it'll be in that nice Steelbook. And to be honest with you, no offense to Teon, but the Steelbook that I saw online today, while it is rather expensive, it looks nicer than the Steelbook that they've come out with for the video game. So then that kind of got the gears turning in my head. What other Steelbooks could I get that might tie into some of the movie-based games that I have? And there's a real badass Steelbook available for the Terminator. Now, I have Terminator Resistance, which also was developed by Teon. So I think I'm going to get the Terminator Steelbook as well. And I'm going to put Terminator Resistance into that Steelbook. And then I got thinking a little bit more. Maybe that's something I could focus on for 2024, is because I love Steelbooks. I might continue to pursue various Steelbooks for a lot of the existing games that I have. Recently I picked up the Steelbook for Far Cry 5. Now, I didn't realize this, but there's a difference between a Steelbook and I think they call it a metal pack. So the Steelbook is the one that has like the spine, and it's got the plastic piece on the spine. I have several. Well, you know what they look like. Most of the games that came on Steelbook for the 360, as an example, or even modern gen, they've got the plastic piece on the spine. But there's also like I think they call it a metal pack, and that's like the tin, right? That's like not necessarily. Well, I guess yeah. It could be the tin where it's like the piece that literally clamps on the top, or it might open up, but it's got like a cheap hinge on the spine. So that's not actually technically considered a Steelbook. That's considered like a metal pack. So I don't know because the RoboCop Blu-ray, which is almost like a Criterion Steelbook Blu-ray, it looks really cool, but it's like $60 Canadian, and then you add shipping to that, it's like $80 before tax. Well, I'm not spending $90 on a fucking Blu-ray. But you could get the metal pack, which came in like a DVD case, and it looks pretty cool. And I could probably get that for about $25. So maybe I'll do that. We'll see. So that's pretty much it. I did put a couple of more hours into Alan Wake 2 last night. After about 3.5, 4 hours of playing as Saga Anderson, the female FBI agent, I've finally been given the chance, free reign, to play as Alan Wake. And the game just took off from there. I'm not going to talk about it much here, but yeah, it's just ratcheted up. It's kind of, I guess, in a good way, the way they start off the game and you're not playing as Alan Wake, because it just sort of like slowly, again, the anticipation is just, it reaches a fever pitch by the time you finally get to play as Alan. And then, so now it's just like, oh, it's really, really good. It is really good. My biggest gripe so far is just the fact that a lot of people complain that there was no physical release for Alan Wake 2, and one of the developers went on record to state the reason why they didn't do that is because it allowed for a fully polished game to be released on launch without having to get a physical and then install it and then all these updates after the fact. Well, that's complete bullshit, because ever since I purchased Alan Wake 2, there's been 2 massive updates that have occurred, okay? So the game, I don't care what Digital Foundry says, the game came in red hot. There's a lot of technical glitches with Alan Wake 2. Not so bad now. And there's also a lot of texture pop-in, and I'm not quite sure if it's any fault of the game. Maybe it's got to do with the technical limitations of the Xbox Series X and the PS5, but like, there's sort of like a gameplay mechanic in the game, at least at the beginning, where when you press select on the controller, you actually go into the mind of Saga Anderson. You go into this detective's office, and from there you can access the Cauldron Lake map, and you can access your all the evidence that you have that's up on a board. You can listen to the radio, you can watch TV. It's like a little central hub, right? So when you hit select on the controller, it goes from the open world, or the linear world of Alan Wake, to Saga Anderson's office, right? So when it transitions like that, and I guess this is only when you're looking at the billboard where you've got like the Cauldron Lake map. When you hit select, all of a sudden the new screen pops up. All the images sort of like, for like a split second, all the images, it takes like a second for them to like pop in. And it's kind of jarring to see that. But again, it's only when you're looking at the wall that's got the map on it. I guess maybe you guys who haven't played it, you're probably wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll showcase more of it once I put out my review. So I don't know how far into it I am. I have to imagine the game's not super long. And now that I'm playing as Alan Wake, I want to say maybe I'm a third of the way in. I don't know, but I am enjoying it. And actually, surprisingly, as it may come as a shock to you, but like, one of the things I like most about it is the live action cutscenes. I love that. I can't stand. Just had a coffee, excuse me. I can't stand CGI cutscenes in video games. I can't stand the way they look. But whenever you see the live action cutscenes in Alan Wake 2, I live for that stuff. I fucking love that stuff. It's so awesome. It's awesome. I love it. And when you're, especially when you become Alan Wake, when you're going around, from what I've seen so far, when you're going into the rooms and stuff,
I mean, how would you describe it?
It kind of reminds me of Max Payne in a way. You know, at Max Payne, the first game, when you're going through the whatever it is, the hotel, and you go into that one room, and there's like a bed that's like vibrating, and there's like a what do you call it there? Like a heart on the wall that's lit up, and there's all these cool things you can look at in the rooms and stuff. And like, you know, the attention to detail. It's like that in Alan Wake 2. You go into one of the rooms there at the TV studio, and there's like a room. It's like I guess the dressing room for the old gods of Asgard, and you've got like a guitar on the ground, and you got pictures of the band on the wall, and you've got a TV with a VCR, and yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. So I look forward to playing that some more over the next 2 days. And then after I get done with Alan Wake 2, I'll put out a review for that. And then we're going to jump headfirst into RoboCop Rogue City. We're going to get through that. We are going to get to the DLC for Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to get through that. And the other thing, the last thing I want to mention, I talked about this on the channel a couple of months ago, and then it was released and it completely flew under the radar. Hardly any reviews for this on YouTube. But Daymare, 1994 Sandcastle, it actually came out 2 months ago. I didn't even... right under the radar. So, interestingly enough, Daymare 1994 Sandcastle, it did get a physical release. You can get the limited edition... You can get the limited edition on Amazon. It's available for the PS4. It got an individual PS5 release. And I got an Xbox Series X release as well. However, the limited edition Xbox Series X version is unavailable at the moment. So I'm not quite sure what to do. You know, I was thinking about continuing to build my PS4 library to give me an excuse to play my PS4. But at the same time, if Daymare 1994, while I'm sure it's not a technical showpiece by any means, right? If it's available for the Series X, why not get it for the Series X? So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just get a copy of it, like a regular vanilla copy, and we'll leave it at that. So that's it. I'm going to cut it off there right at the 17-minute mark. Jeff, stop obsessing over other men, okay? Jesus Christ. I'm sure I will be back with something a little bit later, and I'm sure I forgot something here because I had a whole laundry list of things to talk about. But that's going to do it. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.